that it's been in a wobble, and it's actually changed its axis a little bit, and the magnetic field has been moving not in inches anymore, but in miles. What is going on?
Well, they say the poles could flip, in theory. So I can tell you if that happens, that's probably just as bad as anything else.
Well,
I can imagine.
James, what concerns me if the poles flip. You remember the book Art Bell and Whitney wrote, The Superstorm?
Oh, The Superstorm.
I don't know if you... Yeah, I actually got a copy right after he died. Strange on that. That's another story. But, I can tell you this. If the magnetic field's switched, two things can happen. One, nothing. The birds don't fly south in the winter. Or there's this big, huge amount of winds that are traveling Earth at hundreds and hundreds of miles an hour. And the sea comes creeping up about 1,000 feet inland. That's nothing to worry about.
Well, if that happens, what if it changes all the ocean's tides and the currents? Because the currents is what I'm telling you. I don't think people realize the currents is the blood flow of the earth, man. That gets altered in any certain way, and Florida could become Canada. I mean, it could really. You're talking a loss of life that would be incredible just by the currents.
Well,
it regulates our life.
I can tell you the biggest tattletale sign will be when Europe, and especially the UK, start having a winter, okay, starting about in May and June, and the temperatures drop down way below zero in summertime. That's a dead giveaway that the temperature in the oceans...
That's usually a red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag. Something is wrong. But, back in Russia, didn't they go through one stage, if I remember right, where they were, tearing their own houses, doors down, and all this stuff, and people were dying because the temperature dropped and plummeted so cold that they couldn't even warm themselves up with their wood stoves. And,
It's so cold you can't even build a fire.
Yeah.
That's cold.
Well, guys out there in the audience, I'm sorry, the worst thing is, though, tomorrow you could be getting on the bus and you could get run over before you get onto the bus. So, I mean, life is the way it is. You don't know. It's a crapshoot. But I just was telling you all these interesting ways we could go. I mean, it'd be interesting anyway.
You know what? It's like riding a wave on a surfboard. You could get it. You could drown, get bit by a shark, or you could just ride on into the beach. You just never know.
Yeah.
No sense.
Good analogy.
Just have fun.
Oh, yeah. Now, I want you to tell people, we got a couple minutes. I want you to, push your website. Tell people how they can find it and, how they can become friends with you on Facebook and all that, groovy stuff.
Me? Or
well, not Michael. Michael's got me hitting the button for him, but I'm talking about you, James. How,
okay.
Let people find you.
All right. Well, I'm easy to find on Facebook, James Creachbaum Jr. My main group is Spiritual Paranormal. It's a public group. I run my show out there, usually one a week. I usually advertise when it is. You can go in there, and when I have my video, just tap on me, and you're on the video. You can watch it. But I play them all through different groups all over the place, and I run them all week in case you miss them. You can catch the reruns. And that's pretty much it. You can PM me. You can go to my group, Spiritual Paranormal. Easy.
Okay, and they can message you through Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can. Matter of fact, I've friended James myself, so it's just wonderful to be able to hook up with you guys, and what you're doing as well. So keep up the great work, man.
Yeah, thanks, and you too, man. I love your show. I can tell you this much: you couldn't do the Denny's where I live on a Saturday about 3 a.m. because all the people from the bars go in there. You would have a heck of a time.
There you go.
Yeah, we just got to figure out that internet connection. I don't know if it was because of the guest I had on the show yesterday ahead of time promoting it. Maybe we were having weird problems, but I and all the time watching you, Michael, on Facebook Live. I mean, you maybe once or twice in 2 hours would freeze up for a second. But, I mean, you broke the record on for Facebook Live last night. I mean, I swear to God, it was like every 2 minutes, it was like, oop, that's it. Oop, that was it.
Yep. It was what I call it is gonzo radio, just like James does, right?
Yep.
Well, the bad part is you started getting a lot of listeners, and people were messaging me and everything off of one of them. I had 3 computers running, okay? Each 3 of them has their own, from the different apps, have their own chat page on it. So I had 3 chat pages, or 3 different groups from apps, and people were messaging saying they were loving your show, and then all of a sudden, boop, you were gone. And it really affected your listenership last night. I hate to say it. And we got to figure out that situation for it don't happen again. I mean, once during a 2-hour show, twice 2-hour show. But I mean, I've watched a lot of Facebook Live shows, and last night it was like you won the award for interruptions and losses.
Most glitches.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The award goes to Michael.
There you go, the UFOI team. Well, we're going to have to deal with that next week for sure. But yeah, thanks for hanging in there with us, Gary.
I tried. I really tried. I mean, we did everything, James. We did everything from, I got desperate. I said, hey, use your cell phones. And we tried that. Then people were complaining about the audio quality. They said it sucked. And then then all of a sudden it improved. So I hung up on the phone with him, got it back on, and we went good for about 10 minutes. And then same thing. I don't know. I think they need to clean out their router there. And
or maybe somebody was, not too far away trying to run some electromagnetic interference towards you. Who knows?
Or maybe somebody was in Denny's, where American loves to eat, eating a nice, luscious hamburger and drinking a milkshake. It comes in that big metal cup. And they were running some games on their computer and slowing the router down. That could have been it.
Or maybe all Michael's fans were all PMing him all at once and throwing him off.
Well, hopefully all of his friends wasn't with their cell phones, as they were talking. Hopefully all these 12 people didn't have Facebook Live on, and that's something that you got to do, Michael. It just hit me. Make sure that all of them have their internet Wi-Fi turned off, because each one of those phones accessing their router, and you got 12 people there maybe with their phones, trying to access their Wi-Fi.
You're right. I never thought of that, but that's probably something we need to tell the rest of the I-Team members. Yeah, they can't be doing that all at once. Yeah,
they could have, because maybe they were excited about it last night.
Yeah. Oh, they were. We had a lot more team members show up, and they were really excited about the whole idea of going national and international with Night Dreams Talk Radio. So maybe that's what it was. We'll try that again.
Okay, that'd be great. And now, hey, James, do you want to come on one of my shows maybe in the next couple weeks and co-host?
Sure, I'd love to.
Good. Well, I'll find, I'll have, I know I got a couple mystics and I have a person who does remote viewing coming up in a couple weeks. Maybe we can, get you on and you can, co-host and we can just have fun. I like this type of show because, after last night, it's so much relaxing,
Yeah. It's like laid back. I'm sitting here in my living room like my show. It's just 3 guys having a talk.
Now, James, where's my beer?
Your what?
My beer.
Your beer? It's in the fridge. What, you didn't get it out?
No, but I tell you, my guest last night I found out has a tendency, when he's being interviewed, he likes chocolate cake and drinking a beer with it.
Cake and beer. Well, that's a heck of a combo right there.
Yeah, talk about getting sugar high and drunk at the same time.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ronald.
But you're comfortable, you're drinking beer and having cake. I mean, how many shows can you go to and have cake and beer?
Well, I can honestly tell you, when I was younger, I made a milkshake once. I took vanilla ice cream and a can of Rainier beer and put it in a blender, and I'll tell you what, it was undrinkable.
Oh, you know what you need is a nice pickle to throw in there. That would have probably straightened it out.
As long as you didn't say sardines, okay?
Oh no, that would have been too much sugar there.
My first wife used to like vanilla ice cream, and instead of putting like sprinkles on top of it or chocolate powder, sardines.
Oh.
And seriously, and then we would watch TV, Johnny Carson, and then after she finished her big bowl, I'm talking this chick. She was a former Miss Washington, 5'9", beautiful body when we met. This is a great body, right? We weren't even married quite it was 2.5 years we were married. It seemed like, well, whatever. Anyway, towards the end of the marriage, right? She was eating every night this ice cream, sardines. Sometimes it was kippered snacks. You know what kippered snack is?
Yeah.
Okay, she would put it on her ice cream and kind of gush it and eat it with her ice cream, right? Okay, as soon as Johnny Carson's off, she wanted to get romantic. Okay, and I said to myself, fish?
Sardine breath.
Yeah, no, just think about it. Fish smell. No way. No way. No. Maybe she did that maybe I wouldn't be aggressive. Okay, that would be a good thing. Hey, he isn't going to touch me tonight after I eat those sardines.
Isn't there some kind of ordinance in most states that you can't mix sardines and ice cream?
Well, they should have been with her. Evidently, though.
You want to tone in on that one? Sardines and ice cream has got to be a law against that somewhere.
Well, I can guarantee you, with her big dish of ice cream and her sardines or kippered snacks on her ice cream, before we got divorced, she was 130 pounds when we got married. She was like 230 pounds when I walked out.
That sardine and ice cream diet, that's a new one. Oh, boy.
Well, what can I say, guys? So, hey, when's your next show, James, on Facebook for people can tune in?
I got one line. It's not on the books yet. I got to confirm it tomorrow, double confirm, but it'd be next Thursday at 8 p.m.
What's it going? Do you know what it's going to be about? Is it going to be about girls and sardines, or is it going to be something more exciting than that?
It's going to be probably 48 ways to eat sardines and ice cream. I don't know. It's going to be on some paranormal investigations and stuff like that.
That's cool. Well, to all the Bigfoots out there and to the aliens out there, you've all been out there listening to, Night Dreams Talk Radio. I got to say one thing, Michael, before we get out of here. That little UFO doll thing you gave me, I'm looking right at it as we talk. It's on my microphone boom.
Oh, he's cute. I like it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I look at that and I almost forget what I'm talking about.
You're gonna have to name that little green guy, and we'll use it as a mascot.
Okay. Too bad it doesn't say something like "you're dead" or something with a button you push.
or more sardines.
Yeah, sardines. Yes. Yeah. And she wasn't even from Norway. I'll tell you that.
Maybe she secretly used that as birth control. Sardines and ice cream, because if you said you didn't want to have none of that afterwards. You didn't want to get romantic with. You didn't want to follow sardines and ice cream. Maybe that's what.
Well, I will say this, right? Here we are. Yeah. We were in a twin bed, not even a queen bed, and she's gulping this stuff down, right?
You're up close and personal there.
I was trying. The first time she did that. I going, wow, are you pregnant? No, I'm not pregnant. She wasn't at the start. I thought she was. But I tell you what, somehow ice cream and sardines, or worse than sardines, kippered snacks mixed with ice cream, I tell you, it is guaranteed, that you don't even want to get next to that person. You don't even want to kiss them. You just want to,
You want to find your own bed like they had in the 50s.
Yeah, but in that case, when we were so poor when we got married, we were in a one-room apartment. That included the kitchen was in the same room as the living room, which the bed that we folded out.
Away from the sardines. Oh, that's too bad.
Oh well, I bet the cats loved her.
Yeah, I bet so. Oh boy.
Okay, Michael, when is your next show on Night Dreams? Tell everybody.
Well, we have a Saturday night show Matter of fact, this is going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. on nightdreamstalkradio.com.